Hello, my subscribers. Sorry, I've had a little bit of a hiatus. I have just recently had something happen which has made me not able to post, and I've just been real busy as of lately, but I'm back, and there is a good explanation, and giving you a real treat is my first video back. I have reviewed Rogue One, a Star Wars story for you. So anyway, here is what will here's why I haven't been uploading. I had a bit of an accident. I was cutting some drywall, and next thing I know, one of the cuts went haywire and cut myself on my arm pretty good. And for the longest time, I had to hold my arm up like this or like this, and filming YouTube videos just wasn't an option. I couldn't really do it, so yeah. Anyway, I'm back now, and yeah, and had to get about 15 stitches. Here's what it looked like. So yeah, I'm back and able to upload videos, and my first video will be Rogue One, a Star Wars story, because you know how much I love Star Wars. I'm currently wearing a Kylo Ren shirt, and right there is my Kylo Ren poster right there in my room that I just bought and got framed. So as you can tell, I love Star Wars. Even got the collector's edition of The Force Awakens. But yeah, anyway, just got the review for you, but a few things I got to tell you before I get into the review are I have decided now that when I review action movies or sci-fi movies that I feel appropriate for it, I got a little prop I'm going to use. This will be my little prop. Found this little toy gun from my grandma's house, and it's never played with or anything, so I figured might as well use it as a prop. Since this is a Star Wars movie, kind of does fit it pretty well. So anyway, moving along, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Well, this movie is a prequel film set in between Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and A New Hope. It's right in between them, smack right in the middle, even though in more ways it is more of a prequel to A New Hope. But yeah, anyway, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So anyway, since this is the spoiler-free review, a basic general synopsis of the plot is this movie is about how the rebels obtained the plans to the original Death Star and how that was done, and deals with Felicity Jones's character, whose father, they're the Urso family, Felicity Jones being Jin, and her father being Galen. So anyway, her dad was the designer and basically the creator of the Death Star, and she was his daughter, and the rebels, they basically give her a mission to find the plans to the original Death Star and give them to him so they can eventually take down the Death Star like they did in A New Hope. So yeah, basically this movie is Saving Private Ryan meets Star Wars with a little bit of a heist film in it, as you can tell from the general synopsis, as there are old familiar characters and new characters in the movie as well. And many old characters that return, which definitely they were well worth it. And in the spoiler review, I will go in more detail about that. I'm not going to spoil it here. So anyway, besides Jin and Galen Erso, there is also one other new character that I gotta briefly mention who was great. He was so funny and just knew what to say. He didn't compromise the film, and he definitely was not a Jar Jar Binks of this movie. This was a droid. His name was K2. He was played by Alan Tudyk, and boy, Alan Tudyk. Sometimes I feel like he's Andy Serkis 2.0, who played Supreme Leader Snoke in The Force Awakens. He really knows how to play motion capture and make it convincing. So here's K2. And the last character I'm going to mention and show, who I will reveal before the spoiler-filled review, is another one of the rebel officers who helps Jin throughout the movie. with his name being Cassian. He's the basically the owner of K2, who was a former Empire droid who defected to them, because the story does deal with a bunch of defectors and stuff, which definitely makes it a lot more interesting. I guess Finn wasn't the first stormtrooper to defect from the Empire, or well, in his case, the First Order. So anyway, Cassian. But yeah, this movie, boy, this movie was great. I had high expectations for this movie, and it definitely surpassed them. I gotta say, Disney and Lucasfilm, you've done it again. You've really impressed me with this movie. I enjoyed this movie just as much as the episode movies, and so many of the fights in this movie were great, from the space battles, and the 3D effects were great. I gotta say, this is probably some of the best 3D effects I've seen since Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and gosh, since Doctor Strange, actually. And another little visual aid, little thing I thought I'd show you guys. My Kylo Ren 3D glasses I got from The Force Awakens and used them to watch the movie every time, that I still have to this day and use almost any time I see a 3D movie. And the fights in this scene, boy, they were great. The way they were filmed, and I just liked how this movie paid tribute to A New Hope and the older Star Wars movies by filming in that way, while also bringing in new filming techniques and stuff that I also really enjoyed. And the motion capture was done greatly by Alan Tudyk, as I said before, and they also used the CGI to bring in some old characters that just completely made my jaw drop when I saw them. Like, when these cameos happened, I was like, yeah. Basically my reaction to most scenes that I saw Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. Margot Robbie blew me away that much in that movie, if I didn't say that in my review for that movie. And yeah, anyway, really just everything was just awesome about this movie. And so many things were great, from the gun battles. They were so great, because what I liked about this movie was it wasn't like there was a clear side where we were going to see more of the enemy troops die. I liked how both the stormtroopers and the rebels, you could tell that this was balanced. This was an even fight. There wasn't going to be one side that was going to overrun the other. And it was just a very balanced fight, and I really appreciated that. Really liked how that was accomplished, and that was done really greatly. Space battles were great once again. Had a new look to it, but then again a very familiar look at the same time. Something I gotta tip my hat to Gareth Edwards, the director of this movie, who directed Godzilla. Enjoyed that movie also, and dang, he knows how to show off scale really well too. Like, he really showed off the Star Destroyers and the Star Destroyer size compared to the Death Star, and the Death Star was definitely a welcomed return ship, because a lot of old ships come back, from X-Wings to Y-Wings, all of them pretty much. Death Star also was great in this movie. So yeah, as you can tell, the Death Star was back and better than ever. And this movie also addresses something about the Death Star, which I really appreciated. I really appreciated how it addressed something which I noticed a lot of fanboys complain about, and it's something I will go into further detail in the spoiler review, but I was like, yes, it got answered. And overall, I gotta say, really love this movie. It was really great, and really enjoyed it. This was definitely another solid film by Lucasfilm. I definitely gotta tip my hat to you, and since you saw him in the trailer, this isn't really a spoiler. I guess I will say it anyway. I mean, he's such a well-known character. Darth Vader makes a cameo in the film, and just like Wolverine in X-Men Apocalypse, he may not have been in the movie much, but when he appears, he's in it, and he's kicking ass. He ain't he ain't fucking around. Darth Vader's there to wreck up some shit. So yeah, anyway, just a few upcoming videos I thought I'd let you all know. I'm going to be continuing my Tim Burton series. I'm going to be putting up my review for Pee-wee's Big Adventure, a Tim Burton movie I just recently watched, and I think I'm also going to film and get up my review of Big Fish, another one of his movies I watched recently that I really loved. And anyway, after that, figured I would do the first installment of my humorosity segment, and it'll be both a normal review and a humorosity at the same time of a movie I only watched little bits and pieces of, and I almost saw in the theater. Doing this because I love you guys, but yeah, movie 43 is what I'm gonna watch. So, yay. So hope I can make it through watching it. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys like this video if you like it, and comment, and if you've seen Rogue One, go ahead and tell me what you thought of it. And another thing too I thought I'd ask, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? And it could be anyone. It could be this movie, it could be any of the episodes. Just let me know. So like this video if you like it, comment, and subscribe for some more awesome content. Peace.